Austin Powers and Goldmember is the 2002 finale to the Austin Powers series. Yeah, this one right here, you could really tell that fatigue was showing. They were trying really hard to keep the film's steam along. This one is easily the worst of the series, but I don't like it when characters really downgrade everything. They wanted to make a new like a new experience, try something different, but I don't really think that everything was quite perfect. Believe it or not, this was actually my first um, critique of a movie. I did it in my head actually. The movie came out in 2002 when I was 7 years old, and I remember watching and just thinking that the movie didn't feel natural. It felt like so many key plot points were forced. Like for instance, Scott, Doctor Evil's son, who's played by Seth Green, finally turns bad just because. Well, he wants to make his father proud. I didn't buy that at all, and I don't want to ruin the ending, but that also felt like it was just so many key plot points in this film just felt um, like they were written that way because they were desperate to end the series. But it, things do make sense in this. It's not like at the very beginning of Austin Powers 2 when Vanessa turns out to be a fembot, and that really contradicts many key plot points to the previous film. But this one, it doesn't contradict anything. It just feels forced, and you can tell that the laughs in this do not measure up to the previous two. Fatigue is showing. So in this one, Doctor Evil gets back from space, and he decides to make a time machine to travel back to 1975 and get a Dutch nightclub owner named Goldmember, who's again played by Mike Myers, to help him destroy the world by getting a meteor and get the tractor beam to pull meteor to Earth and cause a global flood. But Austin catches him in the act. That's another thing that I thought was forced. Austin catches him in the act, and Doctor Evil eventually escapes from prison. And yeah, his Austin's neglectful father, who's played by Michael Caine, gets kidnapped by Goldmember as a bid to distract Austin and hold him hostage. They yeah, the whole father son dynamic between the two, it wasn't really funny, and I thought that it should have been more comedic instead of more serious. But whatever. Um, Austin, when he travels back to 1975, he meets he re-meets an old friend of his named Foxy Cleopatra, who's played by pretty good actually by Beyonce. And yeah, the whole relationship between Austin and Foxy, it's actually quite good. Foxy is she's the spoof of Pam Grier in the Foxy Brown movies, those black exploitation films from the '70s, and that was pretty good. So yeah, when Austin tries to save his father and tries to destroy Doctor Evil, it's quite interesting, but it just doesn't seem like it doesn't have that big oomph and that extreme hilarity and extreme energy that the first two films possess. It doesn't have that warm quality fuzziness that the first two films possess either. But it still is funny enough for me to always recommend. The thing that really the thing that I love about this film, it may sound kind of cheesy, but I've just grown to love these characters a lot. I mean, the first Austin Powers from 1997 is my favorite spoof movie ever, and the second Austin Powers film comes pretty close to reaching it. Its inferiority is pretty forgivable, and yeah, okay. If I didn't love these characters so much, I probably would not have liked this film. But because I love these characters so much, I got lots of laughs out of this film. Maybe they weren't as strong as the previous two, but yeah, I liked it. So I'm going to give Austin Powers and Goldmember 3 stars.